The honourable member for Calgary Rocky Ridge.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, the opposition has raised numerous questions about this government's habit of creating real or apparent conflicts of interest when cabinet ministers and the Prime Minister attend cash for access fundraisers. The Liberal Party of Canada organized fundraisers, exclusively invited wealthy donors, used search engine protocols to hide them from Google search results, and specifically mentioned that ministers like the Minister of Finance, the Minister of Innovation, Science and Economic Development, or the Prime Minister himself would be available for an intimate talk. Such meetings create conflicts of interest when attended by registered lobbyists, since the latter pay to meet with ministers who make decisions which affect their clients. This is clearly a breach of the ethical standards Canadians demand of elected representatives. Such meetings also breach the Prime Minister's own Code of Ethics as laid out in the publication Open and Accountable Government 2015. Indeed, this document instructs ministers to avoid even the appearance of conflict of interest, explicitly stating that the commitment to accountability is not discharged merely by following the letter of the law. My second point would be funny if it weren't so disturbing. At last count, the government House Leader claimed over 200 times in the House that Canada has the strictest rules in the world. Well, we know that the rules are strict. The issue is that the rules are not being followed. When I asked the government House Leader why she continued to defend cash for access fundraising when the commissioner, the lobbying commissioner, was investigating the fundraisers, she replied that, well, when the rules are followed, no conflict of interest can exist. Well, Mr. Speaker, that statement is naively optimistic to the point of absurdity, and the whole government, I think, knows this. The Prime Minister knows it, since he acknowledged in Open and Accountable Government that avoiding the appearance of conflict of interest is not limited to simply following the technical compliance of the law. Cabinet knows it, since they've recently announced that they will introduce new ethics rules to further clarify expectations for fundraisers. Well, Mr. Speaker, Canada doesn't need new rules to supplement what are, indeed, perhaps the strictest ethics standards in the world. We just need the government to start obeying the rules that are already on the books. They need to actually live up to the expectations they created in their statement on open and accountable government. So, Mr. Speaker, I ask again, why does this government defend cash for access fundraising? Why don't they listen to the lobbying commissioner when she says that a sense of obligation is created when a lobbyist organizes or hosts a political fundraiser, and when the practice is known to be under investigation? Why don't they listen to the ethics commissioner, who calls their fundraisers unsavory, and who has asked for jurisdiction to enforce the standards in open and accountable government, and who has launched the first ever ethics investigation by her office of a sitting Prime Minister? Why do they not raise the standards of their own leaders set out in their mandate letters and in his own Code of Ethics? Canadians want to know why the ministers and the Prime Ministers allow registered lobbyists to host and organize fundraisers for them, why the Prime Minister attends fundraisers with foreign nationals when he knows that only Canadians can legally donate to a party, and why the Prime Minister allows lobbyists at his fundraisers when he is on record stating that he has lobbied all the time and since people want to talk to about their issues. Canadians want to know why this Prime Minister and his Cabinet keep getting into conflicts of interest, real or apparent, and keep prompting investigations into their unethical and possibly illegal behaviour. We want to know why Canadians should trust the Liberal government to govern in the interest of all Canadians when it has shown time and time again that it puts its own party's finances above the rules for public office holders.
Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of the Environment and Climate Change.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Canadians very much value their democratic institutions. One of the most important features of our democratic institutions are the rules that have been put in place to limit barriers to participation, to ensure that every Canadian who wishes to do so can participate, and to protect the integrity of electoral processes, one of which is political financing. Over the years, rules have been put into place to regulate political financing with a view to ensuring transparency and a level playing field for all political parties. Mr. Speaker, limits have been established with respect to annual contributions that can be made to candidates and to political parties, and only citizens and permanent residents are allowed to contribute. These rules are much stricter than in many other Western countries. These rules exist for a reason. Canadians want their leaders to be accountable to all Canadians and not to a select few, to voters and not to corporations or to special interests. Rules are also in place to make political financing transparent, All contributions over $200 are publicly reported, and no anonymous contribution is allowed over $20. Again, there is a stark contrast when compared with many other countries where the requirements are not nearly as strict. Mr. Speaker, the objectives of transparency and equity are not only reflected in how political parties collect funds, but also how they use them. There are established limits and reporting requirements as to how much political parties and candidates can spend during an election campaign. Further, rules have been established for third-party actors that wish to get their views out and heard during an election campaign. Overall, these strict rules contribute to ensuring a level playing field and to fostering a healthy political debate within Canadian society. Our political financing regime is sound. However, the strength of our democratic institutions also lies in the fact that we are continuously looking at ways to improve these institutions. That is why the Minister of Democratic Institutions has been mandated to take steps to further enhance transparency in political fundraising. For example, when cabinet ministers, party leaders, and leadership candidates are present at fundraisers, we believe they should be conducted in publicly accessible spaces, advertised in advance, and reported on in a timely manner after the fact. Mr. Speaker, we believe that measures to increase transparency on fundraising activities will positively impact Canadians' trust in their democratic institutions. The Minister has also been mandated to review the limits for electoral campaign expenses and to also propose measures to ensure that spending between elections is subject to reasonable limits. These measures are the types of actions that we believe will constitute concrete steps towards the overarching objective of enhancing the integrity of our democratic processes. Our government is committed to demonstrating leadership in seeking to maintain and deepen Canadians' trust in our democratic institutions. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable member for Calgary, Rocky Ridge.
Well, Mr. Speaker, I thank the member for the recitation of the strict rules that exist and for the aspiration for even greater transparency and accountability. It is absolutely incredible, though, to hear this member talk about how the rules are set up so that, for example, that, as he said, that citizens only can participate in fundraising activity and in our democratic processes, when this Prime Minister attends fundraisers with foreign nationals. It's incredible that this member would go to the trouble of explaining the strict nature and the goal of enhancing participation of Canadians, while his own party and own government have so flagrantly, obviously, and completely ignored, abandoned, and paid no heed to any of these aspirations. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As I said, there are very strict rules in Canada that relate to political financing and to electoral expenses. We on this side of the House have abided by and will always continue to abide by all applicable rules. The Government of Canada is committed, though, to taking concrete steps to further improve the system, as we are looking to improve things across all ministries in this government. The government intends to proceed with increased transparency requirements for fundraising events, and will also review things like spending minutes, including options to establish reasonable limits between elections. This is an important issue, and I thank the honourable member for raising it in the House.